Hi. So I know that I look a little more relaxed than I usually do, but I was hoping that we could just have a nice sit down conversation today and just talk about like mental health and kind of a mental health check in. I can let y'all know how I'm doing. Not well. I can let you know how I'm doing, and then please let me know how y'all are doing as well. This past like week or so, things have just been hitting me like a lot harder than they have before, or at least like a lot more consistently than they have before. I think through this journey of me, hi, I have not introduced myself. I shouldn't assume that everyone knows who I am. If you do not know, I was laid off from my job at the beginning of this year. And today, recording this, it is August 12th. Yes, August 12th. And I still do not have full-time employment. I have been making YouTube videos, and thankfully YouTube has been providing, at the beginning, unemployment was providing, and I was getting unemployment checks, but those ran out. And so now I'm surviving off of a combination of anything that I can make from content creation as well as pulling from my savings when needed. So that's me. Currently, it is 1:38 p.m. on a Tuesday, and I got out of the bed at noon. I've been awake since 8 a.m. and I just laid there in my bed, scrolling on my phone. Not even like doom scrolling. Like I was looking at jobs. Then I was on TikTok, then I was on Facebook, then I was on this, then I was on that. Then when I went back to looking at jobs, and before you know it, 4 hours has passed. And I saw this video of this girl who was like, 10 ways that I'm successful. Number one, I get up early, and I look and it's like 12:04 p.m. So I'm like, let me get out of the bed. So I got up, I showered, did my skincare routine. I went to bed at like 2 a.m. and then woke up around 8. So that's like 6 hours of sleep, which is a good minimum for me. But I felt like putting on my under eye patches today. So that's why I'm wearing them. This is how you know we're getting real intimate and cozy. I'm about to make a yogurt bowl, but I thought that I could talk to y'all about how I've been while I do that. So I've been struggling with like, why do I feel so bad? Because part of me is like, I should be so grateful at how blessed I am. Like 6 months and counting, no full-time income, all bills have been paid, have not had a late payment on anything. Still have this like beautiful place that I call home. I get to wake up every day and do whatever I want to do. I can be really productive some days when I have it in me. And then the days when I don't have it in me, I don't have to be super productive. And I don't have to go to anyone's meeting and talk about Q2 results or anything like that. And I can just like exist and do what I want to do and focus on what I want to focus on. I have my health. I have all of my family members. I have my friends. Like all of them are safe and sound. Like my life is good. So why am I so sad? And it's money, which is crazy. Like this capitalist society that we live in, it's crazy how like a person can have all those things going for them and yet they're worried about money, and it like can consume your like mood a lot of the time. So I try to be really grateful that, I still do have those things. And yet I'm also worried, and I'm trying not to worry, but I'm human and it happens. By the way, the last time I made a yogurt bowl on the channel, someone told me like, oh, you should start making your own granola. Thank you. I started doing that. It is highly cost effective and it tastes amazing. So thank you. I've done it. I make it in batches, and with it just being me, like each batch can last a really long time. Like every time I make granola, I can fill up like 3 of these. So it lasts a really long time. So thank you, person. If you see this, thank you for giving me the idea to just make it myself, because I've saved a lot of money by making it myself. And this is actually my last batch, so I got to make some more soon. And I think I speak for all unemployed or underemployed, however you want to look at it, people. Even though we know that other people mean well, it can be so annoying when people are like, do you have a job yet? How's the job search going? You will be the first person to know. When I have a job, you will be the first person to know. That is how I feel anytime someone asks me that, because it's like, it's not going. It's not going at all. It's definitely not going in the direction of well. It is not going well. Still don't have a job. Have you tried applying here? Yes, I have. Have you tried doing this? Yes, I have. Have you tried doing that? Yes, I have. And I'm not talking about y'all. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about people like in my personal life, like family members. Like, oh, have you found a job yet? No, I haven't. You don't think I'd be shouting it from the mountaintops if I had a job? I don't. So my advice, if there's people in your life who you know that they are looking for a new role, don't always ask them like, oh, how is it going? Let them volunteer that information. When people do ask me that question, like depending on who they are, I try to give them a little bit of grace. So like my grandma is older, like in her 80s, and she's been like really worried about me and everything, not having a job. So whenever I speak to her, she is usually like, so how's it going? How's the job search? Do you have a job yet? Like these type of things. But number one, she's like in her 80s. So I give her a break. And two, like I know that she's just worried. So depending on who the people are, I try to give them a break. But if there are people who are like still in the age where they can be in the job market and they know that like things are hard right now, those are the people that I'm talking about. Like, y'all, I will let you know when I have a job. It can just be kind of triggering. Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. It can be triggering when people are always like, how's the job search going? How's the job search going? We will let you know. I speak for all of us when I say we will let you know. So if you do want to talk about that, instead of asking that question, maybe lead with, hey, I know someone who's in HR at this company. Maybe I can get you in contact with them. We would like to hear those type of things more so than how's it going? So if you have like active ways that you could help, such as that, lead with that versus just asking us how the job search is going, because it's terrible. That's how it's going. It's also really discouraging when you feel like you're doing all the right things, but nothing is coming to fruition. It's annoying when you apply for jobs. You apply for jobs within the first 24 hours that they are posted. It's annoying when you don't just send out the same resume to every company, but like you're doing tailored resumes for each company, or you're making like tailored cover letters for each application. You send the references, you do this, you do that. Like it's annoying when you do all the things, but it still doesn't come to fruition. When you are networking and you have people who work at different companies, and you know, sometimes they can connect you with people, but those connections don't pan out, or the company itself isn't hiring right now, they're on a hiring freeze, or like whatever the case may be, it just like never seems to work out. So that's annoying. I had a friend who was also recently laid off. They were actually interviewing for a job. I didn't even like see the job posting for this one, so I don't know how I missed that one, but I missed it. And they said that they were interviewing for it, but they said that they were going to remove themselves from the application or from the interview process because they were actually going to take a job somewhere else. And so they messaged me and they were like, hey, I'm stepping out of this process. Do you want me to recommend you for the role? And I was like, yes, please do that. And so they get out of the process. They, resign from the interview process and they recommend me. I apply for the job and they never reach out. They never reached out. So that is like, well, did they not reach out because they were already like further along with other candidates? So instead of starting from zero with me, they'd rather just continue talking to the other candidates that they had lined up? Or did they look at my profile and they're like, yeah, no, we don't want her? And it's just like a big blow at your confidence because it's like, after a while, it's like, well, is something wrong with me? Like, is it me? And I know deep down that it's not me, but after you face like rejection after rejection after rejection, it does start to feel like, is it me type thing. And it takes a lot of, sorry, it takes a lot of like inner work, I guess, to realize or to keep telling yourself that it's not you, it's the job market. These things were dried up, so I decided to take them off. I don't know if they make a difference, but I hope they do. So I get it. It definitely takes a toll. It takes a toll. And I think the toll that it takes compounds as the months go by. I cannot imagine if I am still searching another like 6 months from now. I don't know. By the way, this is juice that I make. So I do juicing, like I juice fruits and vegetables. This is pineapple, lemon, and oranges. I think just one orange. Yeah. I think it was one pineapple, one orange, and like 6 lemons made about like, no, it was just one of these. Yeah, it made like one that was all the way full. And I drank half of it already. Delicious and nutritious. Drink your vegetables, people. But yeah. Like I said towards the beginning of this, I didn't really have like a script or anything prepared for this. I just wanted to have like a really candid talk about this is hard and it takes a toll on people. So please extend grace towards people in your life who are going through a situation like this. And then if you are in a situation like this yourself, try to take it day by day. I know it's easier said than done, and I know how hard that is. But I try, with the periods where I feel like the worst, I try to focus on the good things that I do have. Like, I can eat food every day. I still have a place to call home. I can watch TV when I want to. Like, I have my health, I have my family, I have my friends. Like, I keep telling myself things like that because life can always be worse. It's just when you're in the middle of things, that's when everything looks all like dark and gloomy. But it could always be worse, and I'm grateful for what I do have. So if other people are like struggling or have any other like mental health type things going on, feeling depressed, things like that, I would say do the small things, like get out of the bed. And I know that that is hard. I'm someone who finally got out of bed at like noon today. So I know that some days that can be hard to do. But if you just do the small things, it will make you feel better. Take a shower. Take a nice hot shower if you're able to. Maybe take a bath. Like if you're a bath type person, I'm more of a shower girl, but if you like taking baths, maybe do that. Go for a walk, go outside. Maybe you don't live in a place where you could go to a walk in like a park, but even if you live in like a city, just being outside and like being in the sun, scientifically has been proven to like make you feel better. Like walking really does boost your mood. Exercising helps. Like lifting heavy things helps. Um, what else can help? There's certain like hobbies that you can have that are like, let me just turn my brain off and not think about other things. I like reading. I read a lot. I do have the book club on the channel where we talk about, or where we read personal finance type books, but I also read a lot of fiction. I read a lot of romance novels. I read a lot of like thriller, mystery books, and it's just nice to just go inside someone else's world and deal with their problems and not think about mine. So that's nice. I've started doing a lot of like digital coloring books. I do that a lot. That really helps. Um, for those of us who are religious, like praying, reading your Bible. I've started going to a Bible study in my area. So I do that. And I do that one to like get closer to God, but also it's just a way to like get out of the house and meet people. That's also a big thing. Cause like if you are unemployed, for me, even though I was working from home, it was still like interactions with people every day because I had meetings every day. And now it's just silence like all the time. So I've started like, I try to get out of the house. It makes me feel better mentally if I can get out of the house. Even if I'm by myself, but amongst other people, it still makes me feel better. So I used to go to coffee shops, but when you go to coffee shops to like just sit there and work, they expect you to spend money that I do not have. So I've actually started going to my library instead. And I'm actually going there today, like after I finish my lunch. I was about to say breakfast, but it's like 2 o'clock. So after I finish my lunch, I'm going to go to my library and I'm going to spend a few hours there and I'm just going to work. Why? Because it's free. And two, like, if you have a newer library in your area, they're actually like quite nice and they give off an aesthetic of like a coffee shop. Like I was very surprised. I went to my local library, and if you're in a bigger city, you'll have like different branches usually, so you can test out different libraries and see which one you like. But I finally found one that I really liked, and I'm like, coffee shops who? I'm coming here because free parking. I don't have to buy anything here. There's no expectation for me to buy anything. Everything in here is free. I don't have to fight for a seat that has like an outlet, so I can just sit there. I can pick any seat pretty much and have an outlet for when I need to charge my computer. And it's quiet. Sometimes like coffee shops, like you like that ambient, is that the word for it? Ambient noise? Ambiance, whatever. You like that background noise of like people chattering, but sometimes some coffee shops feel more like a club and it's like, why are you playing this music so loud? But the library is quiet. You may hear people like typing and like really soft chatter sometimes, because my library, like, it's actually pretty busy. There's usually a lot of people in there, but I can like really focus and I just get more work done in an environment like that versus when I'm home because I get distracted more easily. So get out of the house. And even if you are alone, it'll still make you feel better to be alone amongst other people. So like, even if you're sitting by yourself, there's someone sitting over there, there's someone sitting over there. It makes you feel like you're a part of a community versus just like staying in your house or your apartment or wherever. So yeah, those are things that have been helping me. Leaning on friends. If you do have people like a support system in your life, friends or family, I've been honest with my friends and family, telling them like, yeah, yesterday was like a really bad mental health day for me. I was pretty sad like all day. And it's not like they can do anything to really like fix my situation, but they listen to me and they're supportive that way. So if you have people in your life that you can reach out to, if not, You can write comments on the channel, and if I see them, I always try to respond to as many as I can. And even if I don't respond, my channel is like so supportive. There's so many kind people in the comments, and they're really supportive of me, but they're also supportive of other people who've also said like I'm going through the same thing. And people have been really nice and really kind. So yeah, I didn't really have like a point of this video other than just wanting to kind of give voice and just state out loud that like this is hard. It's a hard situation. If you are going through it, it is hard. You are not alone in feeling like this is hard. The waiting for whenever you eventually get a job, because eventually it will happen for us, right? Like it has to happen eventually. We just don't, it's the anxiety part is like, you don't know when it's going to happen. And you also don't know like what type of job you're going to get and how much money you're going to make. And like, do you need to make some lifestyle changes? Like it just feels like everything's up in the air. So that can be anxiety inducing, but it can also, if we try to shift the narrative around that, it can also be a little freeing, because in adult life, you don't get a lot of like reset opportunities, because, you're on this path, like you have this career, you follow the career to like advance in the career, or you have the family, you have the spouse, you have the kids, you have the house, like, and once you have those things, you're kind of like set on a certain path. So I'm trying to think of it like this could or is an opportunity to have a reset, and I can take a step back and say, do I want to continue on the path that I was on, or do I want to go on a different path? And this could be a time to go on a different path if I want to. So I've been doing a lot of like reflecting, as I'm sure other people have. The longer you're in this waiting period, you do start to question things and say like, do I even want this? Like I'm spending all this energy. I saw a girl on TikTok, and she was saying that like she was putting all this energy into finding another job, because she was also laid off and it had been months. And she was like, I was putting all this energy into finding another job. And then one day she realized like, I don't even want that job. I just want the money that comes with it. But she was like, I don't even want that job. So instead of spending all the energy on getting a new job, she decided to just double down on what she did want to do. And I think in her case, it was content creation. So she was like, instead of spending all that time applying for jobs, I'm going to put that same amount of energy towards being a content creator. So that's what she decided. But when I saw that video, I was like, you do put a lot of energy into like getting another job, but do you want that job? Is a really good question to ask yourself. So these are questions that I'm asking myself, and I'm just trying to figure out what I want out of life, and if I want to go on the same path, or do I want to go somewhere else? That's where I'm at with things. So trying to like regulate my emotions every day, trying to do something if I can, if I have like the emotional capacity, doing something every day to get me a little closer to either getting a new job or putting more energy into content creation. Like I try to do a little something every day. And yeah, and when the times when I don't have it in me, I try to do things that I know will make me happy. So whether that's things that have been like scientifically proven to make people happy, like going for a walk, or like stretching, or like just taking a shower, or like whatever, or if it's like, you know what, I want some good food and I'm going to make my favorite thing. And this has become like my favorite breakfast food. So I've been making yogurt bowls every day for like weeks at this point. So yeah, just take care of yourselves, guys. Like I'm trying to take care of myself, and I pray that y'all take care of yourself as well. So I know this is another like rambling all over the place type of video, but I hope this video helps. And I hope if you're in a situation like this, I hope it made you feel seen and validated that, yeah, this stuff is hard. So I hope that everyone has a good day and you take care of yourself. I hope you like this video. Leave some comments down below and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And I will see you next time. Bye. Psych! Sorry, forgot to tell you. So if you can see, let me get a little closer. I am also wearing, if I had broken that mason jar and spilled all that juice, I would have been mad. But this is a shirt that I made. So this is the Anti-Broke Debt Club shirt that I made. We are, it's kind of like a play on words for the anti-social social club, but this is the Anti-Broke Debt Club. We are people who are in debt, but we don't want to be broke anymore. We want to break those broke chains. So we are trying to better our financial situation. That's the mindset of the club. So you can see we have the logo here, and then on the side we have life and numbers so that people know where you got it from. And then on the back, if you can see on the back, we have the logo a lot bigger. So there you go. So I have a shirt as well as some canvas totes and some other merchandise type things. And these are on my website if you want to check those out. Anyway, now I'm actually ending the video and I hope y'all have a great day and I'll see you next time.